Hello, everyone. Welcome to class. I'm Mr. Lowly,
Hello, I'm Mr. Floria.
and we're going to be your teachers for the next unit. A little thing that we like to say at the beginning of our class is our little motto: healthy mind, healthy body, healthy kids. And that's our goal for this. All right. Next, I'm going to go over a little overview of our class. We just greeted you, got our attendance done. We're going to go straight into an instant activity right after this, where Mr. Flory is going to lead you through a bunch of exercises. Then I'm going to put you through a health activity that has to do with your heart rate. Next, we're going to go over what we were learning for the day, and then we're going to go over our activity focus. Then, after all of that's done, we're going to bring it back together, review everything we did, or close it out, and have our assignment assigned, and get ready for next week. Okay, so here's the warm-up. Here's a video of Mr. Floria doing exercises in a circuit. And for this, we just want you to follow the video and match his movements, mirror them to the best of your ability. You can try and do more reps than him. You can do less. Just give it your best.
Hello, students. So right now we will be getting into our warm-up today. So for our warm-up, I will lead us all through a different series of activities, and you all will follow along with me while I do them as well, okay? So for our first one, we're gonna have high knees. Basically, you guys definitely need to have a nice clear space around you, okay? Just enough space where we can actively move, and we're gonna get started. High knees, okay? You guys are gonna follow along with me. We're gonna do them for about 10 to 15 seconds, and you guys are gonna make sure you wanna get your knees up high. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, now we will be getting into some lunges. All right, little lunges. We will be still having our plenty of space, and we will be taking one foot and lunging out. If you have enough room to do a walking lunge, you can do that as well. If not, it's okay. Just lunge down like that. Let me show you guys this way so you can see different angle. Make sure your knee gets down almost to the floor, and then you want to keep on going. So 1, 2, we're only going to do 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good job, everyone. I hope you were getting very low there. All right, our next one's going to be toe touches. So we're going to lower it down a little bit, and we're going to do a little bit of a stretch. Now hold this for about 10 seconds. You're going to make sure you can touch your toes. Okay, go. 4, 5, 6, 7. Try and keep your knee straight. 8, 9, 10. All right, fantastic. Okay, now we're going to get into some butt kicks. We're going to do it for about 10 seconds. All right, you all can count with me or in your heads, up to you. And butt kicks. Ready? We're going to try and keep our heels and kick our butts. Okay, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Alrighty, everyone. Now we're going to be getting into some twist jumps, all right? And this will be our last one. So for twist jumps, our hips, we're going to turn the opposite way. So my hips are going to try and face this way. My body's going to turn this way. So basically our feet should be pointing the opposite direction. My feet are facing this way. I'm turning this way, okay? We're going to do 10 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that is your warm-up for today. I hope your heart is beating faster.
Good job with the warm-up, everyone. I hope everyone's hearts are beating fast now, because that's going to lead perfectly into our health activity. All right. So for our health activity, we're going to learn how to calculate our resting heart rate. Right now, we are not at a resting heart rate because we went through a warm-up where we went through some exercises, got our blood flowing. Can definitely feel a little warm. So for the next minute, I'm going to ask you to just lay down on the floor, breathe regularly, and try and be as still as possible. I'll tell you what you need to do from there at that time. That minute begins right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone still stay laying down. And at this moment, we're going to check our pulse for 15 seconds. So you take your 2 fingers, press them into the side of your neck, right on your artery, and you should be able to feel a beating. So for 15 seconds, count as many beats as you feel. And we're going to start that now. And stop. So now take that number that you had and you multiply that by 4, because that would equal a whole minute. You only checked your pulse for a fourth of a minute, so we want to get the whole minute time to see what our heart rate would be for the minute at our resting heart rate. So an example is, say if you had 16 beats, you times that times 4, and you got 16. That is your heart when you are not moving, when you're at a chill state. We're going to see how this ties into play in a little bit. So next, I'm going to talk to you about the Craven method. You're going to ask, what is that? The Craven method, it's a formula. It's a mathematical formula. It actually helps you determine your target heart rate training zone. And with us doing fitness activities, that's where we want to be. That's like where we want to stay for the activity for the most of the time so that we are burning as much calories, as much fat as we can. So this formula uses maximum and resting heart rate with the desired training intensity to get a target heart rate. For our lessons, we're going to be trying to stay in the moderate intensity zone, which happens to be 55% to 70%. So this is all going to make sense now. So for our activity, pay attention to this because you're going to have to do this activity on your own as an assignment after class for homework. I'm going to run through the Craven formula to determine my percentage rates and where I should be when doing my activity. So the first thing you got to do is measure your resting heart rate. We already did that in activity 1, so we have that. Mine happens to be 65. It's already inserted in the formula. And then the next step is to put your age into this formula. It's 220 minus your age, and that's going to equal your max heart rate. And for all the abbreviations you see, I have a key to this side. It says where MHR means maximum heart rate and RHR means resting heart rate. So for me, I'm 22, 220 minus 22 equals 198. Next, you have to take your maximum heart rate and minus it by your resting heart rate. So mine was 65. So I do 198 minus 65, and I get 133. This is an important number. You're going to have to use this to calculate your zones. So our zone, as I said, was the moderate intensity zone. So 55% to 70. So the next formula that we have to use is zone times maximum heart rate. so what we got out of this formula, plus your resting heart rate. So for 55, you take 55% of 133. For you to do that, all you have to do is type 0.55 in times 133. That number is 73, and I add that to my resting heart rate, and I get 108. So 55% for me is 108. And for 70%, 70% of 133 equals 193. That plus my resting heart rate of 65 equals 158. So for me to be in my zone that I'm trying to target for all these exercises, I have to be between 108 and 158 of my heart rate. So you guys are going to have to run through this with your own numbers for homework later, but I'm going to go over that again in a little while.
Okay, students, now we will be going into a would you rather task, okay? And this is a fun activity what we can do to get our fitness levels up and also our heart rate up as well. All right, we'll go to the next slide. Mr. Lowley, you want to go to the next slide for me, please?
Sorry.
It's all right. Just a little technical difficulties. Okay, so would you rather have class online or in person? So you're going to make a decision for every would you rather question, okay? And after you make your decision, you're then going to show us which one you chose. So instead of telling us, you're just going to show us by completing the activity. And while you are completing the activity, there are cues listed underneath all of the pictures. So, or under all of the activities. So if your first, would you rather have classes online or in person? So you will then select which one you would like to do and you will show me, all right? And if you selected online, you will be running in place. If you selected in person, you will be doing jumping jacks. And I have a 30-second timer, and you all will begin once I say go for 30 seconds. And you'll be doing either running in place or jumping jacks. Ready and go. All right, you're halfway there. 15 seconds is going by. Keep on running in place, or doing your jumping jacks, whatever you chose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, our next would you rather. Would you rather play board games inside, or would you rather play outside with your friends? And you will make this decision and you will show me. Here we go. If you picked board games, you will be doing small arm circles. You can start out doing forward for the first 15 seconds and backwards for the second 15 seconds. If you decided that you would like to play outside, you will be doing large arm circles, okay? And forward for the first 15 seconds, and the last 15 seconds you'll be doing backwards. And your 30-second timer starts now. Okay, you should be doing your forward arm circle still. And switch to backwards arm circles, going the opposite way of forward. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, our next would you rather. Would you rather eat pancakes or eat waffles? This is a pretty hard decision for some breakfast people. Alrighty, and if you chose to eat pancakes, go to the next slide for me, please. If you chose to eat pancakes, you will be doing push-ups. And like I said in the past, the cues are all listed below. And if you chose to eat waffles, you will be doing crab cakes. And your 30-second timer starts now. Go ahead and show me which one you picked. Reminder, you have 25 more seconds. Okay, halfway there. Keep doing those push-ups or crab kicks, whichever ones you chose. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Great job, everyone. We have another would you rather, okay? And this one is, would you rather play in the sand if you were at the beach? You'd be playing in the sand, or would you rather be swimming in the ocean water? And for me, I don't know about you all, I love being in the water. So for this next slide, I would have chose elbows to knees, okay? And just like in the picture, elbows to knees, you will be standing up, bringing your elbow down to your knee. And however, if you chose playing in the sand, when you're at the beach, you will be doing burpees. And the cues are also listed below for both of these. And our 30-second timer starts now. Go ahead and show me which one you would have picked. Okay, you're halfway there. 15 more seconds. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. All righty, everyone. After those activities, I think we're all going to need a deep breath. Make sure you don't forget, take deep breaths, breathe while you're doing these activities. It will definitely help you in the long run. Speaking of long run, we're now going to be talking about short-term goals, okay, in relation to long-term goals as well. All right, so you may be asking, what is a short-term goal? Well, I'm here to tell you. A short-term goal is something that you would like to do in the near future, all right? So for the near future, we're not talking years down the road. We're just talking either maybe today, maybe this week, maybe in a month, could be in the same year as well. It's just something that you would like to achieve very soon. Normally, your short-term goals are less than 12 months. So also, your short-term goals can also be as simple as building a consistent morning routine. So you wake up in the morning and you want to get a little exercise in before you go to school. Anything like that, for some examples, is definitely a good short-term goal. Another short-term goal example is like keeping a daily journal. You can definitely achieve that in a short amount of time. Maybe cutting your screen time in half for those who love to play games or watch TV. And also maybe just trying to explore something new every day. All right, normally these are your short-term goals. They are at a shorter level. And this is what we'll be focusing on today for this, okay? Now, it is important to ask, why is it important to have goals? Well, short-term goals, they can minimize procrastination. I'm sure that many of you have had an assignment due on for example, a Wednesday, and you decided to complete it Wednesday at midday. Well, short-term goals are great because they can help you with procrastination. It'll hopefully eliminate that and definitely help out with that. Also, it can help you with success. If you are focusing on one thing at a time, then you will definitely be able to access your short-term goals and achieve them, hopefully in the near future. And also, it can help you stay motivated. And also, your short-term goals can also be in relevance to your long-term goals. So they can definitely go hand in hand together, and your short-term goals will help you in the end, hopefully achieve your long-term goals quicker as well. Short-term goals also do not require a long-term commitment. Long-term commitments are hard, they're difficult. However, when you achieve a short-term goal in a short amount of time, it is very exciting to know that you achieved the short-term goal, and it can also help you in the near future to create a long-term goal. And also, short-term goals can boost your self-confidence a lot. And like I said earlier, it will definitely help you with creating and achieving your long-term goals as well. Okay, so your short-term goals compared to long-term goals. We went over how to decipher a short term between a long term. Short term, for a quick review, is from maybe tomorrow, maybe today, maybe next week, or a month, and sometimes in the same year. However, your long term goals will be months or even years down the road that you would like to accomplish. So, for example, another example of a short term goal will be 60 minutes of exercise at least 3 times per week. And your key is not in a long term. However, in your long term goals, maybe you want to lose 10 pounds over the next 4 months by at least running 1 mile 4 out of the 7 days a week. That is a months down the road goal, and that can definitely help you achieve your long term goals. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. And now that we have finished up with short and long-term goals, we'll be moving over to Mr. Lowly. Take the stand, please.
Okay, now I'm back to talk about the assignment I was talking about earlier. When we were doing the formula and everything, the caravan method formula, I was saying how you're going to have to do this with your own numbers and stuff for homework. So we're going to do that through this website called Flipgrid. Flipgrid, it lets you post like a video response of you recording yourself speaking, or like a video response like showing yourself too. So I'm going to ask you to use Flipgrid. I have the link down here. So all you have to do is type this in, click it, anything like that, and you'll be able to access the Flipgrid response. In there, you're going to use the caravan method formula with your own resting heart rate, your own maximum heart rate. You're going to go through the whole thing. You're going to use the numbers to calculate your moderate intensity zones. Remember, that's 55 to 70%. Once you calculated all those things, you have everything laid out. I want you to record yourself going through how you got each one of those numbers. So just as I went through the formula with you guys, showing you how I was getting each number step by step, I want you to do that back to me, just so I know you understood what was going on. And I can't wait to see all your responses. Next off. Slide. Okay, so that's all we have for today. I hope you guys learned a lot more about your heart rate, something about setting goals. Maybe you can set some short-term goals yourselves, try and get them done by the end of our teaching. But the Flipgrid is due by next class, and next week we'll be coming on to our next lesson, our second fitness lesson. So with that, goodbye. See you next.
Thank you. Goodbye. Hope you enjoy.